Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí. Hello everyone, welcome to ispeakyoruba2.com. This is your one-stop place for everything Yoruba language. Thank you for learning Yoruba language with I Speak Yoruba Too. Welcome everyone, my name is Eniola and you're listening to I Speak Yoruba Too. I hope you're all doing well. You have learned many words in previous lessons to be able to express yourselves. So in this lesson, you will be learning more of the self-expressions. We will be discussing how to do a self-introduction as well as learning more vocabularies in Yoruba. Okay? Self-introduction in Yoruba is Ìfaraenimọ. 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 Ìfaraenimọ is derived from 4 words. As always, Yoruba words are always derivative. Okay, so the 4 words which are Ìfi. Ìfi. Ìfi means the act of. Ìfi. The act of. Ara. Ara means body. So your body in Yoruba is ara. And ara is sometimes used to refer to a person as well. Alright? Ẹni. Ẹni. Ẹni means a person. And mo. Mo. Mo means to know. So literally, the translation of Ìfaraenimọ is the act of body person known. It's always funny when you literally translate Yoruba words sometimes. I know. The act of body person known. It's almost as if prepositions do not exist in Yoruba, but they do. They really do. They are just not used like you would use them in English. It is absolutely fine to omit prepositions, although it did seem like they are omitted, but listening to it in Yoruba, they are not actually omitted. It's just just the way Yoruba is. It might not make sense to you in English, but it is totally understandable in Yoruba. So, Ìfaraenimọ means the act of making oneself known. That is the actual meaning. The act of making oneself known. Ìfaraenimọ. Ara is body and ẹni is a person, but when it is used together, it becomes ara ẹni, and the meaning of ara ẹni means oneself. Okay, oneself, ara ẹni. So Ìfaraenimọ, self-introduction. So, how do we do Ìfaraenimọ in Yoruba? Well, when you meet someone for the first time, the amount of information you share about yourself in your introduction is dependent on how comfortable you are with the person or how formal the situation is. For example, you might be doing an interview. The way you would introduce yourself will be different to, say, when you're meeting a new friend for the first time. So different situations determines different forms of introduction. And you should know that there is no book that can cover every type of introduction you would need at every given time, okay? But today, we will look at general self-introduction forms, the general things that you would say during an introduction, and also look at 3 commonly used sentence patterns and structures when you're doing an introduction. When you understand these sentence patterns and structures, you'll be able to easily make your own sentences when introducing yourself. Alright? So, what are the general things that one would talk about during an introduction? You would definitely start by telling your name, right? And then maybe where you live, where you work, what you do, perhaps your age, your school, or your family. You can as well talk about your hobby. So these are some of the things that can come up during an introduction. So let's learn how we can do this. The first sentence pattern we will be looking at is the use of ni. Ni. So you could have some things like ABC ni EFG. ABC is EFG. So this is this. Okay, let's see some examples. Kérésì ni orúkọ mi. Kérésì ni orúkọ mi. Kérésì ni orúkọ mi. Chris is my name. Orúkọ mi ni Mary. Orúkọ mi ni Mary. My name is Mary. Adémọ́lá ni mí. Adémọ́lá ni mí. Adémọ́lá ni mí. I am Adémọ́lá. Can you see the use of the to be verb ni in the sentence pattern? Okay, let's see some more examples. Orúkọ àbúrò mi obìnrin ni Ọláwùnmí. Orúkọ àbúrò mi obìnrin ni Ọláwùnmí. Orúkọ àbúrò mi obìnrin ni Ọláwùnmí. My younger sister's name is Ọláwùnmí. Siblings does not have a literal translation in Yoruba. So when you talk about your siblings, you kind of need to be specific about it. Younger is àbúrò and obìnrin is female. So to say you have a younger sister in Yoruba translates to I have a younger female. Weird, yeah, but that's how it works. Okay? Orúkọ àbúrò mi obìnrin ni Ọláwùnmí. My younger sister's name is Ọláwùnmí. My younger female's name is Ọláwùnmí, but that's what it means, my younger sister. Okay? Àbúrò mi obìnrin. Ọmọ ilé ìwé ni mí. Ọmọ ilé ìwé ni mí. Ọmọ ilé ìwé ni mí. I am a student. Olùkọ́ ni mí. Olùkọ́ ni mí. Olùkọ́ ni mí. I am a teacher. Ìlú Jámánì ni wọ́n bí mi sí. Ìlú Jámánì ni wọ́n bí mi sí. Ìlú Jámánì ni wọ́n bí mi sí. I was born in Germany. Ọ̀kan lára àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ràn láti máa ṣe ni bọ́ọ̀lù gbígbá. I know that's a long one and a mouthful, but what it simply means is playing football is one of my hobbies. Some noun words do not exist in Yoruba language, and one of them is hobby. Okay, so when we want to say or talk about such nouns, we would mention them in reference to the function they perform. So your hobby will be the things that you like to do or you love to do, right? That is exactly what the sentence means. Àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ràn láti máa ṣe means the things I like or love to do. So your hobby. Hobby, àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ràn láti máa ṣe. Alright, so ọ̀kan lára àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ràn láti máa ṣe ni bọ́ọ̀lù gbígbá. Playing football is one of my hobbies. Ọmọ ọdún mẹ́rìndínlógún ni mí. Ọmọ ọdún mẹ́rìndínlógún ni mí. Ọmọ ọdún mẹ́rìndínlógún ni mí. I am 16 years old. Age is not something that is often talked about in an introduction in Yoruba culture. It is rarely ever mentioned. You could know a Yoruba person for centuries and you would not know their age. But if you find yourself in a situation where you need to tell your age, that is how you will say it, okay? Ọmọ ọdún mẹ́rìndínlógún ni mí. I am 16 years old. Based on this self-introduction we just learned, if I want to introduce myself, I will say, Ẹniọlá ni orúkọ mi. Like I always say to you guys all the time, Ẹniọlá ni orúkọ mi. Ẹniọlá is my name. Olùkọ́ èdè Yorùbá ni mí. Olùkọ́ èdè Yorùbá ni mí. I am a Yoruba language teacher. Okay then, let's look at the second frequently used sentence pattern. This is the use of ni. Ni ní. Don't get confused. The first one we look at is ní. Ní. But now we are looking at ní. Ní. All right? Here are some examples. Mo ní ẹ̀gbọ́n ọkùnrin. Mo ní ẹ̀gbọ́n ọkùnrin. Mo ní ẹ̀gbọ́n ọkùnrin. I have an elder brother. Older sibling in Yoruba is ẹ̀gbọ́n. Ọkùnrin means male. So, ẹ̀gbọ́n ọkùnrin is older male. And that means your older brother. Mo ní ẹ̀gbọ́n ọkùnrin. I have an older male. I have an older brother. Mo ní ẹ̀gbọ́n obìnrin. Mo ní ẹ̀gbọ́n obìnrin. I have an elder sister. Mo ní àbúrò ọkùnrin. Mo ní àbúrò ọkùnrin. I have a younger brother. Mo ní àbúrò mẹ́ta. Mo ní àbúrò mẹ́ta. I have 3 younger siblings. Mi ò ní àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ràn láti máa ṣe. Mi ò ní àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ràn láti máa ṣe. Do you remember that I used this sentence earlier? Can you guess what it is? Mi ò ní àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ràn láti máa ṣe. I don't have any hobbies. Àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ràn láti máa ṣe is hobbies. So, I don't have any hobbies. Mi ò ní àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ràn láti máa ṣe. The third pattern we will be looking at is actually a mix of the previous two, which are ní and ní. Both of these words can be used interchangeably in this sentence structure format. Here are some examples. Mò ń gbé ní Èkó. Mò ń gbé ní Èkó. Mò ń gbé l'Èkó. I live in Lagos. You can as well say, Èkó ni mò ń gbé. Èkó ni mò ń gbé. Èkó ni mò ń gbé. It will still mean I live in Lagos. But if you want to literally translate it the way it sounds, Èkó ni mò ń gbé, it will be, it is Lagos that I am living in. Yeah, but let's just keep it simple. Èkó ni mò ń gbé, I live in Lagos. All right? Can you see how ní and ní are used to arrive at the same meaning? Mò ń gbé l'Èkó, Èkó ni mò ń gbé, both mean I live in Lagos. Mò ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní ilé ìwòsàn. Mò ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní ilé ìwòsàn. Mò ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní ilé ìwòsàn. I work in a hospital. You can as well say, ilé ìwòsàn ni mo ti ń ṣiṣẹ́. Ilé ìwòsàn ni mo ti ń ṣiṣẹ́. Ilé ìwòsàn ni mo ti ń ṣiṣẹ́. I work in a hospital. Mò ń kọ́ ìṣirò nílé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga. Mò ń kọ́ ìṣirò ní ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga. Mò ń kọ́ ìṣirò nílé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga. I teach mathematics in college. This sentence is a bit tricky and can be quite confusing because the word kọ́ means to teach as well as to learn. So if you teach maths and you're introducing yourself, you need to make it clearer so that your listeners don't think you are learning or studying math. You should add the word àwọn ọmọ. Àwọn ọmọ. Àwọn ọmọ means children. So you would say something like this. Mò ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga ní ìṣirò. Mò ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga ní ìṣirò, which means I teach college or uni students mathematics. Now, this will make it clear to the person you're introducing yourself to, and they would not think, oh, are you the one studying maths in college? Ọmọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga means college or university student. Ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga literally translates to house or higher learning or lesson. The word college or university does not exist in Yoruba, so to refer to a college or to a university, we would often say ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga. Ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga, which is the house of higher learning. Although the borrowed words university, which is often referred to as facity, is sometimes used, but it will still be used together with ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga in a formal setting. So say for example, on the radio or TV, you will hear something like this. Àwọn ọmọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga fásitì Ìbàdàn ti pinnu pé àwọn ò ní wá sílé ẹ̀kọ́ mọ́ nítorí ìdáṣẹ́sílẹ̀ àwọn olùkọ́ wọn tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lónìí. I know that is a very long sentence, but do not fret about it. All I wanted to do is just draw your attention to how ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga and fásitì are used. So, àwọn ọmọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga fásitì Ìbàdàn ti pinnu pé àwọn ò ní wá sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ mọ́ nítorí ìdáṣẹ́sílẹ̀ àwọn olùkọ́ wọn tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lónìí. What I just said is the University of Ibadan students have decided to stop attending uni due to lecturer strike, which begins today. That is how you would hear it used on a radio or on a TV. In daily conversations, you would hear something similar to this. Ọmọ yunifásítì Ìlọrin ni mí. Ọmọ yunifásítì Ìlọrin ni mí, which means I am a student of University of Ìlọrin. Fásitì Ifẹ̀ ni ọmọ mi ń lọ. Fásitì Ifẹ̀ ni ọmọ mi ń lọ. Fásitì Ifẹ̀ ni ọmọ mi ń lọ. My child attends University of Ife. So I diverted a bit just so I could explain ko and ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga. Alright, so back to our sample sentence. Mo ń kọ́ ìṣirò nílé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga. I teach mathematics in college. Or ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga ni mo ti ń kọ́ ìṣirò. I teach mathematics in college. Alright everyone, I hope you understand the concept of how to introduce yourself using the sentence patterns that we just looked at. It's not that difficult, is it? Well, I'd like you guys to introduce yourself to me. I know I'm a stranger, so you don't have to reveal much about yourselves. I just want you to practice Ìfaraenimọ ní èdè Yoruba. Alright? Self-introduction in Yoruba. So, I'll be looking forward to reading all of your introductions. Well done everyone, and that's it from Eniola today. Ẹ ṣeun lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ pé ẹ fi sí ẹ̀kọ́ yìí, màá tún máa rí yín láìpẹ́. Thank you so much for listening to this lesson, and I'll see you all again soon. Ó dàbọ̀.